What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sess. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. Now, for this segment, we want to do what's hot, and what's hot right now. Yo, you know, a lot of people are excited about this shit. You know, I'm going, through my news feed and different social media websites that I'm linked on.
Yeah.
And see a lot of people giving this fight praise, like, oh man, it's a good matchup. Oh man, I can't wait to see that. Oh man, somebody getting knocked out.
Yeah.
But see me, I'm like, man, fuck this fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good matchup. It's a good matchup. You know what I'm saying? But they jerking my man, B. And I'm talking about the fight between Shannon Briggs and Lucas Browne that has been ordered by the WBA for their regular title to take place December 31st of this year. Dog.
Yeah.
Why the... Okay, first of all, Luis Ortiz, who is currently... Let me explain this to you people who do not understand, okay? Luis Ortiz is currently the WBA interim champion, okay? He won it off some cat. I can't remember the dude's name. It's like, his name was like Vitus something. I don't know the nigga name. That's not the point. Point is, he won it off that motherfucker, right? And then he defended it against Bryant Jennings. That was his first defense of the interim WBA title, right? Now, he's supposed to fight Malik Scott for the WBA Intercontinental fucking belt. And then he already has a fight scheduled against an unnamed opponent to defend his WBA interim belt for a second time. What the fuck? Dude,
damn.
Why does he gotta fight for another WBA minor title? Then why does he have to turn around and defend his WBA interim title for a second time while he's sitting in the #1 contender spot of the WBA rankings? Okay? Number 4, that was 3 points I just made. Number 4, why the fuck is Lucas Browne getting another shot at the title for which he was just stripped because he got caught juicing? Why is he getting an immediate title shot? Now I'm hearing some shit about how, it turned up a mistake. I don't give a fuck. Somebody else needs to get that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And for a fifth thing, right, my fifth point, I'm hearing from little birdies all over the place, different articles and shit all over the place, that the WBA has said the winner of Browne Briggs must fight Frez Oquendo?
Damn.
No Luis Ortiz? No? Maybe, motherfucker? Are you kidding me? And what is this infatuation the WBA has with Frez Oquendo? What is this? Like, he fights Ruslan Shagayev. He loses a majority decision. The WBA says, oh, we hated that decision. We're going to give Frez Oquendo an immediate shot. But then they say, well, Lucas Browne is going to get the shot. Lucas Browne beats Ruslan Shagayev. He gets caught juicing. They say, give me that title, motherfucker. We giving it back to Ruslan Shagayev. And oh, by the way, you're going to fight Frez Oquendo in a rematch immediately. Ruslan Shagayev said, no, I'm retiring. Here's your belt back. Now the belt's just sitting in the sky. Then they said, Luis Ortiz is #1 contender and the interim, belt holder. Not him. Nah, not him.
That don't mean nothing.
That don't mean shit. Nothing. Double the mandatory, but that don't mean shit. He's not. People. What we're trying to tell you is, usually for a vacant title, they take the #1 contender versus the #2 contender, and they fight for the vacant title. But in this case, they're not doing that. They're going around that. And then they're trying to give some bum-ass 48-year-old nigga the opportunity over the rightful mandatory. Come on, B. And to make matters worse, point number 6, and I pass to my man Sus. To make matters worse, I like this fight. I like both these fights. I like the Briggs-Browne matchup, and I like the Joshua Klitschko matchup. But the problem is the WBA Super is sanctioning Joshua Klitschko. And Klitschko is not ranked in the WBA. I mean, I'm sorry. Joshua's not ranked in the WBA. Klitschko's ranked, but Joshua's not. But they're going to sanction that fight, instead give the rightful double the mandatory fighter and Luis Ortiz an opportunity. Instead, he's got to go fight for a faggot-ass minor title against some bum-ass nigga named Malik Scott, who laid down against Derek Chisora, and he laid down against Deontay Wilder.
Yep.
And then he's got to defend a minor title with the WBA that he already has against probably a fucking nobody. Man, what do you think about this shit, B?
I mean, I can't say too much, man. You just kind of killed it. But it's bullshit. You know, the WBA is all over the place with these decisions and these, you know, who's gonna fight for what, and you know, looking over Luis Ortiz. I legitimately feel bad for Luis Ortiz. I mean, it's fucked up, man. You know, dude has been putting in work. You know, he I believe he just got from under Golden Boy Promotions.
And he went with Matchroom.
Yes, he signed with Matchroom. And it just sucks for him, man, because like you said, he's double the fucking mandatory. Yeah. Like, how do you look at a piece of paper with contenders, mandatories, interim champ, or whatever, and you just skip the first name that's probably on? Like, you skip the first cat that's on there. No. For us, number 1 starts at number 2 or number 3 or number 4. Yeah. You know, so it's bullshit, man. Like you said, I like the Shannon Briggs Lucas Browne fight only because I really like Shannon Briggs and I like that he's getting a shot.
Let's go, champ.
Exactly. Let's go, champ. You know. But at the same time, man, fair is fair, and this is not fair. You know, I wanted Shannon Briggs to get a shot at whatever belt because I respect the fact that he's self-promoting right now and he's doing things his own way. But at the end of the day, Luis Ortiz is the guy that should be fighting for this belt. You know, regardless of who Klitschko, Anthony Joshua, regardless of what they're doing, regardless of what Lucas Browne and Shannon Briggs is doing, Luis Ortiz is that dude. Yep. And it's just fucked up what's going on, man. I hate it for him. I hate it for him, and I hope, even though it's shaping up to look this way, I hope he doesn't become the Guillermo Rigondeaux of his division, where he's going to be blatantly and clearly ducked. Woo! The fans are going to support it, and it's just going to just really end badly for him, you know? So, but as of right now, that's the way it looks. It honestly looks that way right now.
You know, I like being right. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
We all like being right. But in this scenario, I fucking hate that I was right months ago, back when Luis Ortiz knocked out Brian Jennings. I said on that video here on our channel that Luis Ortiz will now be the most ducked heavyweight in the division. I mean, not only fighters are ducking him, you got motherfucking organizations ducking him. The organization is ducking him. Nah, bro. We know you number 1 and Wladimir Klitschko's number 2, but we gonna let Lucas Browne at number 3 and Shannon Briggs at number 5 fight for the goddamn title. Get the fuck out of here. It should be Luis Ortiz versus Wladimir Klitschko.
Yep.
Why not? That's what your rankings say.
Yep.
And by the way, to correct myself earlier in the video, Luis Ortiz won the interim title versus Mateus Redondo back in, I believe, 2014 or 2015. I can't really remember. It was in 2015. So he's been the interim title holder for over a year now.
Yeah, and this is the best opportunity for him to get what he rightfully deserved, a shot at the WBA title. This is the absolute best opportunity for that to happen right now. And the sanctioning bodies are the ones that's fucking it up for him.
Fucking it up. It's a vacant title. It should be number 1 versus number 2.
Wow.
Not no number 3 versus number 5. Fuck out of here, WBA. Donkey of the day, the WBA.
Hey, word.
That shit even rhymes, nigga.
Yeah.
Next! We got a pretty good fight that just popped up on the docket, man. You got my man Vyachaslav Shabranskyy, a guy that I'm sorry, I just had to laugh for a second. Yo, a guy that a lot of these dumbass fans out there seem to think Andre Ward ducked en route of getting the Kovalev fight. They said, they literally said, bro, that Andre Ward ducked Sean Monaghan, who is an Irish fighter, and he ducked Vyachaslav Shabranskyy and fought Alexander Brand instead. Now, whatever. I'm going to leave that shit, whatever. Y'all niggas can have that shit because it don't matter.
Yeah.
The fight we want is about to happen in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
So, whatever.
What the fuck?
Yeah. The Sean Monaghan shit, that shit killed me, bro. He's an Irish fighter. That shit killed me. Cause
Oh my goodness.
Sean Monaghan get his ass fucking flipped up like some pancakes and shit. Be like easy work. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck out of here, man.
But anyway, yeah, we got Vyachaslav Shabranskyy versus Sullivan Barrera, and that fight is supposed to take place on December 6th. Now, Sullivan Barrera, y'all know who he is, man. He's only got that one loss. You know what I'm saying? He's 17-1 with 12 knockouts. His only losses against Andre Ward. He will be giving up a height and a reach disadvantage in this fight, which he'll be giving up a height and a reach in this fight, and it's a problem because Vyachaslav Shabranskyy is an excellent boxer. Fights directly from the outside. He utilizes the jab, dog. Everything he does is behind the jab, literally. And I know you like this cat, but you always make references to the basic European style, how they've mastered the basics, but they haven't mastered anything on the advanced side of boxing, right? He is the 175-pound version of Dmitry Pirog, B. Like, watching Vyachaslav Shabranskyy, all I can think of is Dmitry Pirog. They are almost fucking identical, B. Only difference is, you know, Pirog is, of course, he was fighting at 160. He's a smaller guy. He has better foot movement. Shabransky's footwork is not all that great. But he sets everything up with a jab, just like he does. He likes to destroy his combinations with, with combinations. Like, there's no one punch in Shabransky's arsenal, besides the jab, of course, where I can say, yo, if he hits you with that shit, it's lights out. That's not how it works. His thing is, he likes to get you up against the ropes, and he'll unload combinations on you while you're up against the ropes, and it pretty much breaks you down. Like, his record is 17-0 with 14 knockouts, and that's pretty much how.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much how he's knocked out all his opponents. Now, against Yunieski Gonzalez, if you guys can't remember, he was the guy that unofficially beat Jean Pascal, but officially was robbed, right? Yes. So his name was huge. Oh shit! Who is that big, ugly, mean motherfucker that was just robbed by Jean Pascal? Who is that nigga? Yeah. Shabranskyy pretty much deaded that shit, B. He went in there, fought Yunieski Gonzalez. Early on, dog, exactly what I just said was happening. He was pushing Shabranskyy up against the ropes with that jab. He was pushing Gonzalez up against the ropes with that jab, keeping Gonzalez on his back foot. Then when he would have him up against the ropes, Gonzalez has no fucking head movement. I was noticing that. My man was unloading combinations, and all I saw was this from Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, nigga, move your fucking head, dog. It's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? So he won it was a majority decision, but it was one of those clear-cut majority decisions. Like, you know, that third judge, okay, but they gave the fight to the right guy. You know what I'm saying? Shabranskyy has, like I said, he has below average footwork. He's not a plotter, and he's not a stagnant fighter, but he stands directly in front of his opponent. Okay, that's his problem. That's one thing that I see. So a guy that can use lateral movement against him, maybe a defensive counterpunching style, I see that style beating Shabranskyy. One of the biggest things, one of his biggest flaws is he'll throw the jab, and when he throws that jab, as soon as he gets it out there, that right hand drops. You know what I'm saying? A guy with the counterpunching style is gonna come right over the top of that jab. You know what I'm saying? Because he's dropped his right hand. Problem with this is Sullivan Barrera is not your typical counterpunching, boxing, defensive type of fighter. He too, just like Uniesky Gonzalez, actually both of those guys have very similar styles. Gonzalez and Sullivan Barrera, and that could probably come from the whole Cuban school of boxing thing, but very similar. He too has no fucking head movement. His head is going to be stationary while Shabranskyy is popping that fucking jab, B. So I don't know, man. I think he's back with Pedro Diaz in the Cuban school of boxing. He left. Yeah, we all know he left Abel Sanchez. So he's back with Pedro Diaz. He's over there with his people, Rigo and all them. So maybe they're teaching him how to move his head, because Pedro Diaz he's good at teaching you the defensive basics, and how to utilize a great offensive arsenal that caters to your strengths. He's good at doing that type of shit. So Sullivan Barrera already has an offensive arsenal. He's a big motherfucker. He's strong. You know, this is the guy that Jeff Lacey thought had his twin brother in the ring instead of actually being Sullivan Barrera, because he beat the shit out of him too bad. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
The offensive arsenal is there. The defense and the lateral movement is not there. The head movement, keeping his gloves up, that shit is not there. So hopefully Pedro Diaz can help him before he gets in the ring with Shabranskyy, man. What do you think of this fight, B?
Now, you know what? I actually like the fight, and I like it because of some of the things that you mentioned both fighters don't do.
Right.
And that both of them have pretty, subpar defense, and they don't have the best of footwork.
Yeah.
So a fight like that, but both guys have good offensive arsenals. You could get fireworks. You could get fireworks if one of these guys, and I'm gonna tailor my comments more toward Sullivan Barrera. If Barrera comes in the fight with some of these same flaws, I think it'll be a good fight, but I don't see Barrera being able to pull off that type of a fight.
Yeah.
Hopefully Pedro Diaz, like you said, will teach him some of these defensive, fundamental basics.
Yeah.
Just move your head.
Move that dome, B.
Slip, counter, and then, get out. You know what I mean? Walk around, something. But I like the fight. Uniesky Gonzalez was actually a guy that I liked when I thought he beat Jean Pascal.
I agree.
I had him clearly beating him. I thought it was a good performance. Gonzalez, to me, was just hitting Pascal with some heavy, hard fucking shots.
Beautiful.
I mean, he was hitting him all upside his head, man. Damn.
Man, that nigga was stupid.
Yep. But when he got in the ring with Shabranskyy, it was just a different story. It clearly wasn't the same fighter that I seen fight Jean Pascal. Right. So hopefully for Shabranskyy, he'll be able to nullify whatever it is that Sullivan Barrera's strong points are.
Yeah.
He'll be able to take that away, and he'll be able to impose his will, keep Barrera up against the ropes, and unload some of those combinations. The one thing that I do know about Barrera, because I've seen it in the Ward fight, is if you're getting at him, he's gonna try to get at you.
Yeah.
He's not one of those guys that just kind of takes it and just hopes for something to happen. With Ward, it was a different story because Ward is so fucking technical. it's just hard to get off anything. And I don't think Abel Sanchez was able to tell him anything in the Ward fight. I'm actually glad he went back to Pedro Diaz, because at one point in that fight, Abel Sanchez told him, "Don't worry about the body, just try to hit the head." Well, yes, that is a direct quote from that fight. If anybody wants me to go back and find the round that he told him that he told him that in, I will do it. He told him, "Don't worry about the body, just try to hit him in the head, try to hit him everywhere else." You don't tell a fighter, look, first of all, don't worry about the head, because the motherfucker is dodging everything that you do. He's moving. So don't worry about the head. Go to his body, hit him in his chest, hit him in his sternum to set something up. So I'm very, I know 2K. But I'm glad that he got away from Abel Sanchez. And I'm not saying Abel Sanchez is a bad trainer.
It was in that particular moment.
Yes, absolutely. In that particular moment, he was. So hopefully Pedro Diaz can get Sullivan Barrera back on track. He's only 17-1. This is a very good fight for him to come out and show everybody, hey, this is what you guys was hearing about. Hey, this is what I was doing to cats before I met Andre Ward.
Word.
The only thing is, this is my last point, the only thing is Pedro Diaz is offensively, and when it comes to certain things, I think he's a very, very, very technical trainer.
Yeah, he is.
A lot of what he does is scientific. If you guys can remember back when he was training Cotto, I believe he had a scrapbook, or he had some type of a notepad to where it was, this degree, that degree, you angle your body here, angle it there, do this, do that. So he's extremely technical. But I believe that's a part of the Cuban system as well. And hopefully a guy like Sullivan Barrera is not too far removed to where he just will be looking at Pedro Diaz like, what the fuck? Abel didn't tell me this. So hopefully, man, he's around his people, and hopefully he can get on board and produce a great fight and a great victory.
Good point what you said. He's not too far removed from being with Angel Sanchez too long. I was thinking more of, hopefully he's not too far removed because of his age. I mean, he's 34 years old.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big deal.
Right. He'll be turning 35 in February. So,
Woo.
I mean, we got guys like Luis Ortiz, who's like 37, 38 years old. The other Cuban guys, Rigo, he's like, 33, something like that. A lot of these Cubans, the best Cuban fighters in the game, they're pretty much seasoned. But Sullivan Barrera has never been that top Cuban guy. So with that said, it may be kind of harder for him to change some of the things that he's already got ingrained in his boxing style. You know what I'm saying?
Can't teach an old dog new tricks sometimes.
Exactly. And in this case, I don't see him getting past a guy with Shabransky's boxing ability. I mean, he's almost damn near tailor-made for Shabranskyy. The only thing that's a possibility is that he hurts him and derails Shabranskyy off his game plan because he's scared to get hit. You know what I'm saying? And that would have to happen early in the fight. You can't let this motherfucker build up a lead on you and then hurt him without knocking him out. He's just gonna win the fight. Man, it's an intriguing fight. This is definitely a fight where the training camps matter a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they matter a lot. So this fight was just announced, and the fight is on December 6th. So hopefully, Barrera had already been in the damn gym working on shit. Hopefully he had already got word of who he was gonna fight prior to the announcement, because he's gonna need a full 12. Real talk. Next, this will be the last of this segment. Curtis Stevens, man. See, I promised the subscribers, nigga, I'm a bad person, B. I'm not I'm not a good person, fam. You know, I promised our subscribers months ago that we would do a video on the fighter's mentality. I even wrote this shit in comments.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Motherfuckers like, yo, where that video at, B?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to it.
It's coming.
You know, Curtis Stevens reminded me that this is a must. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
He's basically come out in several interviews. One where he pretty much unloads what he called bitch list. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need to get one of those myself.
Oh yeah, I got 2 of them.
Oh, you got shit, nigga. I need to get one Curtis, man. I mean, you ain't. Well, actually, you and Curtis probably the same nigga. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look Oh shit, nah, but on his bitch list, he named guys like Canelo, David Lemieux, Chris Eubank, and Billy Ho, aka the Peanut Butter Hand Man, Mr. Sanders. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But he said Lemieux is the biggest bitch of them all.
Absolutely.
And this is basically in support of his statement on Triple G, basically telling motherfuckers that are calling out Triple G to shut the fuck up and just get in the damn ring and fight him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I'm all in on this. I'm not a big Curtis Stevens fan as far as his fighting ability. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But as a guy with the mental capacity of a fighter, he is fucking perfect. And I've always said that because he was the only motherfucker when Peter Quillen's number was being called at that time. He was the WBO champion, all right? Or he was either, I think he was the WBO champion. He was at the time. His number was being called, okay?
Yep.
That motherfucker went on I Film London TV, I Film TV, right?
Yep.
Excuse me if I'm fucking that channel up. Went on there and basically gave every excuse in the book for why he would not fight Triple G. Every single excuse, B, right?
Yep.
And the damn interviewer was kind of getting, annoyed. Like, motherfucker, like, why you answering like this? Stop being a bitch. That's what he wanted to say. And if that was 2K to God giving a fucking interview, that's what I would say. Hey, bro. Hey, dog. You acting like a little bitch right now. Cut it out, B. We in London. Triple G's in Cali, B. You good. You ain't gotta act like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, Quillen's number was being called. Curtis Stevens said, nah, fuck that. I'll fight his ass. Everybody else acting like they too shook. I'll fight him. Now, of course, we all know the outcome of that fight. And I can show you better than I tell you.
Dang.
But that's beside the point. The point is, he had the fighter's mentality. He told the media, I want this motherfucker now, okay? And he actually got in the ring, whether he was afraid beforehand or he was afraid after he got hit and made that face. It doesn't matter. The point of the simple fact is he got in the fucking ring. And he did not show any type of fear in the media prior to that. Okay?
Oh, no.
So he has exactly what the fighter's mentality entails. See, a lot of these guys, I just mentioned this recently. I'll pass it to you in a minute, B. I just mentioned this recently. A lot of these fighters today, as opposed to the fighters of yesteryear, these motherfuckers act like they are business majors. You know, they have PhDs in business management and fucking finance or some shit like that. Like they are supposed to know exactly what is best for their career on the business side. Motherfucker, that's why you hire a manager and an entire business team. So they can handle that. So all you gotta do is worry about fucking fighting. Jesus. But today we got motherfuckers really talking about, well, you know, it's not the best business. I mean, you can go interview a fighter, B, and a damn fighter will tell you it's not the best business decision for me to take that fight. Simply because, economically speaking, shut the fuck up, nigga. Are you kidding me? But see, Curtis Stevens doesn't do that, okay? Chris Algieri doesn't do that. Adrian Broner doesn't do that. These are just, you know, Demetrius Andrade, another one, and we're going to get on him in our next What's Hot segment. But these are just a couple of guys that I'm naming that have the fighter's mentality, B. What do you think about this that Curtis Stevens was talking about?
I mean, I like it. You know, I like it. Stevens is a guy, like you said, he fought Golovkin, lost to Golovkin, but at the time, he was one of the guys that wanted to fight Gennady Golovkin, and when he got the fight, he was pretty much promoting the fight.
Yeah,
you know,
he
was talking shit to him.
Yep.
He, I think, posted something on one of the social media accounts with Golovkin's name on a tombstone and some candles around it or some shit like that. And it really offended Golovkin. It really got under his skin. You know, so I like Curtis Stevens. He does have that fighter's mentality. He's one of those dudes that just, you sign the fight and he's going to come to fight whether he wins or loses.
Word.
You know, so that's what I like about him. And I like the fact that he called these guys by name. You know,
yes.
He's been trying to get a fight with David Lemieux.
Yep.
You know, and things have fell through. You know, they haven't been able to come into any type of terms. Even when I heard Stevens was willing to go to Canada and fight him.
Yep.
You know, and the fight still didn't come through. You know, for whatever reason. So I like it, man. I love it. You know, it lets me know that Curtis Stevens, for one, is mentally in a different just in a different place than these other fighters.
He's in a whole nother spectrum.
Exactly.
You know he's in the same area or spectrum as those other fighters I named. I mean, they only care.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying money's not involved, but they're not gonna come tell you that in the media. They're not gonna do what Danny Jacobs did and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna need 10 trillion, bazillion, gazillion, zillion dollars. The fuck out of here! Yeah. Oh, I'm number 2 in the division."
Exactly.
God, man.
Exactly. And you know, last but not least, it also tells me that Curtis Stevens, whether you like him or not, is trying to get back to, or he's trying to put himself back into contention.
Yeah.
You know, he wants a shot. I would go so far as to say he wants another shot at Gennady Golovkin. You know, and I don't think he's afraid to actually fight him again.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what it tells me. You know, like I said, I love it. I really do. You know, he'll also be on the Kovalev War undercard. He'll be fighting James De La Rosa at 160 pounds. So, like I said, man, this dude is slowly but surely is trying to get himself back in contention. I think he sees the middleweight division for what it is, and he's like, man, you know what? Fuck it. You know, if let them be scared. That's just more money for me, or that's just more opportunity for me. You know, so we'll see though, man. We'll see.
Yeah. By the way, he's fighting James De La Rosa, as my man Sess mentioned. James De La Rosa is managed by AC Clark, who has been on this show multiple times, allowing us to give him an interview. So
right.
you know, I like Curtis Stevens as a person, but to respect my man AC Clark, I gotta go with James De La Rosa. even though you know De La Rosa about to get knocked the fuck out. But you know, I gotta support my man AC's fighters, man. So
shit, yeah, you put me on the spot.
Hell yeah. All right, fam, this is gonna conclude this segment. You two, do what you do in the comment section, but be real. This is real talk for real fans. One.